Okay, so good morning. I have never done a live. I'm doing this now because I think it's very important for all of you that maybe plan to travel to go to Switzerland. So I spent Easter and a few days in Switzerland, and as usual, I had content I was making, so I was using my GoPro to cover quite a lot. Now, the last day before I left, I thought, okay, let me go to Grindelwald first. I did research as always to check where it is, how to get there, and all of that. Nowhere online does it warn you to be careful that they have pickpocketing issues. It doesn't say anything anywhere. I mean, it's not unusual to see in the subway, in shops, that they have a big sign saying beware of pickpockets. That way, your mind is already programmed. You know, okay, if I'm doing this, there's a probability I'm a target. Doesn't say it anywhere. So I go to Grindelwald first. So this is a mountain in Switzerland that you can go up, and there's a cliff walk, and you can see it. It's really beautiful. I'm doing all of that. So I get up to the place, I'm taking pictures, blah, 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 making some videos. And then I decide, okay, let me do the cliff walk. On the cliff walk itself, I'm making footages with my GoPro. At some point, I asked someone to take a picture of me. So I put the GoPro in my carry-on bag instead of my handbag where I always put it and zip it up, and then get distracted. Now, I don't know if the lady who started chatting with me out of nowhere is part of this or is just really an honest standby. But the whole way she kept chatting with me. And then when I got off, I tried to take out my GoPro to use it. And I was like, oh, it's gone. And then she's like, oh, I never saw you with a GoPro. That was kind of weird because I'm sure everyone that was behind me did see it. So I don't know now if she's an honest bystander, or if she was part of a gang. I do not know. All I can tell you is that at first I thought it fell. So I went back to look for it. I didn't even think about the fact that somebody literally lifted it from my bag. That didn't occur to me. And then I went to every station there and asked, did somebody give back my GoPro? I think it must have fallen. Nobody there said anything. So now I make a report, I write an email, I write the management on Instagram, I write them via email, I get some replies, I go to the office. At no point in time do they say, hey, look, I'm really sorry, we've been having issues with this. This morning, however, I call a number I was given and I said, did anybody return it? And she said no. And I said, let me ask you a question. Do you have pickpocketing issues? Yes, we have a lot. And I'm like, where's the warning? Where's the warning? If you have a lot and you know that your customers are being targeted, why do you choose to ignore? Why do you choose not to put up a huge sign to say, hey, if you're coming here, you might be targeted by pickpockets? I think that's the least a responsible management would do. A responsible management will say, dear customer, we're happy you're here, but you might be targeted, so please be careful of your belongings. At least you'd have done your bit. But to know that and ignore it and not even mention after the number of times I reached out to you to say, really, I'm sorry, you've become a victim of this, we've been having it lately, is making you complicit. You are seeing a problem that you have and you pretend it's not there. For me, that's not good management. And I told the lady on the phone and she said, yeah, you have to give that feedback to our management. So this is my feedback to Grindelwald and Jungfrau Juk company. You cannot pretend this is not happening and not warn your customers. I did not see it on the website. I did not see it anywhere. And the way you have made this cliff walk is programmed so that people stand close to each other. So knowing that this happens, why do you not warn the people? You are running an establishment. So, people out there, you're going to Grindelwald first. Please make sure you have a closed bag and make sure at all times you note who's close to you and why. Because the place is very beautiful and easy for you to get distracted. But at least if you know there are criminals out there, then you know how to behave. So that's what I wanted to let you know.